Gratitude to the highest source for gathering us here today. Thank you for making time to join me, to join our higher selves for this channeling today. Very excited. Thank you again. Go grab you something to drink. Stay hydrated. Something to snack on. Something of your choice to enjoy. I know y'all love the way sage smell. Probably like, I need to go buy me some sage. Yes, please do. I already lit some up earlier. Just relighting a little bit. So yes. Today. Let's see what our messages are for our love messages. Put the trash can down there. Okay, now. So first and foremost, let's say thank you, Most Highest Creator and Source, for the divine messages that will come through today. Thank you for all of those who will join us in heart and pineal aligned. So grateful for this breath of life, for the clarity provided daily. Let's ascend. Okay, so today's message, I was feeling the need to represent. I know that typically the male and female counterparts, as we know, you can look at them as both energies, possessing both energies. But in this particular reading, I want to set aside, the back of my head is pulsating. I want to set aside on the right a masculine deck, and on my left the feminine deck. Okay? And this is for what needs to be healed as you are ascending into your highest calling this lifetime, okay? And this is from the healing mantra. I missed one. Let's check it out. Rewiring the nervous system. And on the back, the mantra is, I find strength in surviving my traumas. Okay? Surviving your traumas. Not just sweeping them under the rug, but surviving them. Coming out on top, persevering through, pushing past in spite of the existence of them. Learning to rewire your nervous system. And yes, this starts in, I would say, in the root chakra, where you want to begin to gain stability and the true understanding of who you are, your emotions, your auric body. Okay? Spirit, can we get a card for the masculine side here on the right, please? Thank you so much. In the center of this organ I have here, this pyramid, is a yin and yang. I was called to grab this specific piece for the reading. The funny thing is, it's only centered, but if you look at it from different sides, you'll see it in multiple places. Any cards for the masculine, please? So yes, within the healing mantra, we're going to grab a few mantras from there and then move into a few messages of life. Okay? do also plan to get into a few erotic messages. Speaking of, once this is healed, what you can move into, because of course you want to be in a free and clear space, like literally in every chakra, without and within, in order to manifest all that is to come to you in this lifetime. Because who wants to do another lifetime? Some of us may or may not believe in incarnation. I do, personal belief. And I want to do everything I'm supposed to do this lifetime in its time, as I've already co-created it, and not, you know, choose to not take on what I know is to be had, you know? Knowing better but not doing better, and knowing your highest path, but you keep taking the low road out of fear, self-sabotaging. So this is the energy of the deck, of the reading. And it has a pyramid on it, so funny. Rewiring the nervous system. So you can bring in this unconditional love, right? Because when we have a lot of nervous energy and unfocused energy, how can we put proper attention to what needs to come in? Where you focus your attention is where it will grow, okay? So let's get some messages of life, since we're going to use that card as the theme of the channeling today. Rewiring the nervous system. Make sure I got it right. Blue deck that I've used a few times. I like this deck. It's very informative. Any messages for our masculine energy here? Any messages for our masculine energy here? Thank you. So yes. Also, we just want to let go of what isn't necessary. There was a prayer when I was a kid. The prayer was saying something on the lines of, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom and courage the things that I can. So it's like letting go, letting God, allowing the Creator to step in, your archangels to step in, your ancestors step in and be your guides, and not yourself at every single moment of your day, you know? All right, for the masculine, we have beyond. Today, I lift my consciousness above all worldly illusions. I remember the power I have in every situation. I always have a choice in how I respond. Today, I choose to turn my thoughts towards God. By focusing my awareness beyond the illusions of the material world, I experience simplicity and peace. This is very beautiful. This is you taking yourself outside of the world, outside of the earth. It's like, I exist outside of this, you know? I exist outside of everything that I see, everything that I thought that I was. I exist beyond that, okay? And one more card for the masculine. And one more thing I wanted to say is that masculine energy, and this is not to be rude or anything, this is just known knowledge. If you study the chakras, masculine energy sits in the lower chakras and the feminine energy sits in the higher chakras. This is why women, we are the spiritual leaders of the realms. The men are the physical leaders of the realm. Okay? So in this is saying that as a man, as the masculine, you are not focusing today on material. You're focusing and placing your illusions, confirmation, ashe. You are placing your awareness on peace and on the most simplest things that'll make you happy, like sipping a glass of water with some lime juice squeezed in it, okay? Allowing the illusions to dissolve, allowing even your truest reality to dissolve and just being, okay? I just got off of work, a 10-hour shift. I work for Amazon and I'm not tired, and this just goes to speak, which I'll speak on later, another video of this, the feminine energy, how energetic we can be, you know. Unity. Today, I bring my attention into the present moment. You see? Where I become one with my inner light. As I make this conscious connection, I find myself centered in my heart. Beautiful place to be. And begin to glow with my own divinity. Union with my inner light provides me with a wise and stable base from which I can now live every day of my life. Union with my inner light, the light that resides within you, your heart, your pineal light, will provide you with a wise and stable base from which you will be able to live from every day of your life. Okay? Unity with self, oneness with self. Okay? Alright, Spirit. We have any cards over here on the left for our feminine side from the messages of life. And this Unity card here, both cards, they have the person in oneness, you know? This is a great time for you to take time for yourself and go into nature. Find what meditation is for you if you haven't. I do have a short video on meditation. It does teach the meditative breath. Literally, all you need to do is take about, I'll say, whatever time is necessary for you to learn what that one full breath is. Because once you learn it, you'll never forget it. And once you know it, it never leaves you. And you'll be like, wait, I remember this breath. Maybe it's one that you've used before. I noticed that the spirit breath I learned when I was about, I would say 12. Any of the cards, Spirit, any of the cards. When I was about 12, and my sisters and I had a singing group, and we went to learn a few vocal lessons, and they taught us the breath. So just a very fast example. You're going to take in a deep breath with me on the count of 3. But when you take your deep breath, you will inflate your belly like a balloon. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kidding, not yet. And once you're ready to release, you're going to deflate it like a balloon, letting its air out, like you just unpinched it. So you're going to fill the balloon and pinch and hold. And then you're going to hold for, let's say, 5 seconds, just to be nice for now. And then you're going to release for however long you would like. And allow that balloon to shrink, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take our deep breath on 5. Okay? I was called to guide you on that really fast. Thank you. Letting go for the feminine side here. Well, this is so big, for surrendering and being able to receive. You have to let go. Okay? Today, remembering that God is within and around me, I release myself to God's hand and regain my inner peace. I know God is providing me that which is most beneficial for my soul. I know that God is sending angels to help me face any difficulties that arise. I let go into God's will, knowing the best is yet to come. There's 3 doves here. This is a very peaceful card. Letting go and letting God. Wow, that is like self-explanatory. Wow. Creating that inner peace. I discover who I am. Yes, and letting go, because you're so tight, like a bear hug. Like, release, let your arms out, be free flow. I discover who I am. Today I discover the riches that lie within me. I acknowledge my true self. I see myself as an unlimited being and marvel at the beauty of my life. I recognize the wealth of possibilities available to me as a being of light. As I learn who I am, I recognize the divine within me. This is so beautiful as you come into your divinity. More self-love, more understanding your psychic abilities. Look at the power emanating from her hands and the love she's giving herself, nurturing. It's very beautiful. Learning to love yourself more and more as you discover who you are more and more. The last card for the feminine side for our messages of life is everything changes. Okay? A soft light radiates from my heart. It illuminates those around me and transforms every situation that I encounter. I maintain a positive attitude in spite of any difficulties I may receive. No matter the circumstances, I remain the source of true joy. Everything changes when it's bathed in light of the divine. Everything changes when it is bathed in the light of the divine. Wow. Letting go and letting God. Being bathed in the light of God. Discovering who you are through the light of God, through the light of the consciousness. The awakening. Knowing that though everything is going to change is constant. That you will always be bathed in this light that you found because you chose to let go. Okay, so you choosing to letting go, surrendering, discovering who you are helps to rewire your nervous system, because knowing who you are helps to control, and excuse me when I say control, but I can say command as well, but what you bring in, knowing who you are, what you like, what you don't like anymore, those things change over time. We are not one-note beings. It's the best way to put it for me, okay? So rewiring your nervous system definitely has to do with your chakra system recalibrating and you coming into a place of realignment with your truest self. And that is very beautiful. Very beautiful. And as for the masculine side here, going beyond the material world and into the spiritual, which is a place that may be unfamiliar for you, but you will find yourself there. You will find God there. You will unite with yourself in oneness in that time that you make for yourself. I can hear celibacy. Some of you all may be celibate. I'm actually on a celibacy journey at the moment. So some of you as well may be celibate, or maybe just beginning or contemplating it. And I've had a few journeys of it, so it's very beautiful. So take that time and get to know you. Okay. All right. Let's get some healing energy before we get into our Manara and 5D Eros Gamos. Cool. Let's see what's here, please. Is it the only one? That's when this happens. Just for a reason. I think that is it. Okay, perfect. cleansing with this shuffling. Spirit, our guides, thank you for this message. We'll get back to the feminine side since it's not that way. But can we get something for the masculine, please? So yes, learning who you are. Your likes, your dislikes. We're about to find some out in a second. That's gonna be spicy. I'm excited for the juiciness, honey. All right, anything for the masculine side here for our healing energy oracle? Make sure I show you this deck. Temu. So the Temu decks, you just scan the QR code and it takes you to the full guidebook. My plan is to print out the guidebooks because I like to see them in my hand. But yes. I know it can feel so strange, like imposter syndrome, when you're getting to relearn yourself. You're like, what the heck? I didn't like that after all. Or like, damn, I am much more than who I thought I was. I am exactly who the fuck I thought I was, and then some, you know. Any cards for the masculine, right? We have a world card here. Vitality. I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. So this is going to go up here. This is a clarifier for the energy. So vitality goes with rewiring the nervous system. We're going to bring in the absolute best this lifetime. We're not settling for low frequencies. We're not settling for low vibrations. We're not settling for low timelines. We are here to be in our vital energy, okay? I am a being of light. I accept. I command. I am the divine energy in my body. And every one of my cells regenerates. Say that to yourself. Every one of my cells regenerates. Put that in the comments and claim that, okay? Every one of my cells regenerate. Or you could drop that DNA symbol, because I shall be using that DNA symbol for my strands. And I do say to myself, I say, all of my cells are being re-energized. Like if I'm feeling a little low energy, all of them are being cleansed. If I feel like any pulling, you know, you have to speak life, vitality into your body and eat vital foods, okay? So let's move into some energy and understand where our masculine stands on feminine energy. How does energy got you feeling? Like as you come into the understanding of what feminine energy is and the wonder of yourself within that understanding, where does that bring you, divine masculine? See a card facing up, and I put all these cards down. Let's see where you want to be. Or you're not going to be. We're not going to the materialistic realm, sir. Right, one more shuffle. Put some energy on this masculine. How he feel about divine feminine energy and what he want to do to it, baby. As he is coming to understanding and into himself, into what women are, and also out of what divine union is with the feminine. Because the unity with self brings that in. Just like for feminine, the unity with self brings that in. You have water in the air here. The king of air. You're the king of communications. Also, you think you slick, so I can show y'all this. It's not too vulgar. Some of these are pretty vulgar. So this man is rooted. Indigenous. I'm hearing very much indigenous. In tune with nature. You just need to get out more. You actually are very in tune with nature, hence the nakedness there. And you're smiling. You're not like, I'm out here in the wet, the damn trees on my ass. Like, no. You enjoy nature. You find bliss in nature. You find enlightenment on nature walks. You are extremely communicative when there is a divine feminine worth talking to in your presence. And you keep your body up. You're fit. You have a gift of gab. You are charming and a quick-witted sapiosexual. Okay. We do have Aquarius here in the building. But you don't have to be Aquarius. It could be Gemini, Libra, 2 for the air. You feel me? Ready, Aria. Alright. Any other cards for our next one? We got a jumper. Okay. We actually have 2. The Knight of Fire. We have a maiden. Excuse me. We have a maiden riding a horse. A stallion, excuse me. A stallion, to be exact. We have a Sagittarius on the card. The stallion there. You got a big one, Divine. I'm sorry. Unique. You have a piercings out there or something? You like adventurous sex. And you definitely love an arched back. Definitely. Almost definitely. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries on the fire. Then we have water. You like to be teased. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You love to be teased, which has to do with sapiosexual energies. Like, you don't want to get straight to the point. Like, teasing and tantalizing energy is so much more fun than just like slam bam dink your man, which is very much so ungrounded sex energy. Like, it's fun and it's fiery and it's quick and it's like hookup-y, but it doesn't leave that everlasting impression a lot of the times, okay? And speaking again on the adventurous sex, you don't have a fantasy of wanting to do it like on a yacht. You like to choke gently, 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 and also play dress up. You can tell by a lot of the clothing being worn in some of the photographs. All right, let's get some feminine energy. Any feminine energy for us, Spirit? What is on the divine feminine mind? Oh, girl. Let me find out, goddess. Goddess. Let me find out what this goddess energy hitting on. You're not slick. I got my cards on you, girl. All right, let's see. Spirit, allow me to the energy of the divine feminine, please. Thank you. One card out. The other card, Spirit. The divine feminine with her little freaky self. And y'all, when I say freaky and like for real, this is just the beginning of my channel. It's definitely gonna get very, very adult, as it should be, and the way that it should be talked about, because at the end of the day, let's keep it all the way 100. This is our energy. Like, we are everything. Meaning, like, we exist in sexual energy, we exist in non-sexual energy. We can have the energy with ourselves, not with ourselves, all of it, So, grab the 3 cards I have here and leave the rest. Here, our first card. The King of Fire. Okay. Let me show you this card. I don't think they actually look alike in feathers. Same first card, which is hilarious. Indigenous. This is like androgynous indigenous person. Like you have a masculine, feminine, genderless appeal. Fluid, I believe is the word. You have a Leo here. Some of my masculines may have definitely a expression number of 1 or a life number of 1. Like when you add all of the alphabets of your name together, and it cycles down to 1. Or born on the 1st. Yes, so yes, Miss Feminine, you as well are very indigenous, very down to earth, very spiritual, extremely spiritual. I had something arise for this card, but it escaped me. Excuse my best friend. The next card we had was this beautiful feminine who is being watched ever so gently. She has a nip slip going on, but as you can see what she's doing with her hands. So you are a woman who is very much so into self-pleasure. You're not afraid to please yourself. We do have a Taurus on here for Earth sign. 7 could be a lucky number, birth month, birthday. It's amazing that should be covered. Looking for the alchemical symbology I see here. I'm not quite seeing it, but yes. You love to be watched. You like to read erotica, like, or short erotic stories. Poems, like poems that are like really juicy, like that gets your heartstrings stirring, like gets your yoni stopping as well. Very fit. This card really speaks of a celibate feminine at the moment, because it's not easy to find, to come across, because when I say find, I don't want to like re-looking or anything, but a reciprocal energy. So we do tend to reserve that when we're in our highest thoughts of self in the sexual realm. Like, you know what, I'm not giving this away to anyone but myself, if I even want to touch myself, because I'm in a moment of consecration and of understanding who I am becoming, and that doesn't require penetration in that form. You don't mind being watched. You know, you might have heard him creep in, but obviously he's someone who belongs there. Okay, we have Gemini here in silver. Water and the number 4 for feminine. 7 and 4. 11. 11 as well as 2. Divine feminine. You're like the and I don't want to say hate, but this is what's coming up for me. The woman who went to fetch water. The story of the woman who fetched water at the well. And how I want to say it was Boaz who found her. Was it Ruth? I don't want to confuse the stories. I'm still studying, relearning everything through Ethiopian Bible. But yes, because it seems to have a scope in like all of the books in it. So I just want like a full understanding. When I was 18 or 19, I read the Bible in full, and I was like, of course I was still unawakened, so I was like, what's the big deal? This guy just healed some people, and you know, what was the big deal? He was just a healer, you know. But yes, so yeah, this story comes up for me, and how someone is going to catch you by surprise. Someone is definitely going to catch you by surprise as you're minding your own business, fetching your water. Yes, he will. All right. And you love to dress sensual. Not sexy, but sensual. Because that's what all of this shows. Like, it's sensual. It's like, even like when I see women in their hijab, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but just seeing the woman's eyes is so beautiful to me. Because for me, the eyes is the window to the soul. So for me, that's all I need to see. But I also have like kind of like a psychic ability of x-ray vision, and for me this is like, it also goes along with being a fashion designer, so I'm a fashion design grad, so I could kind of like just look at your body and like kind of guess what you have, and it's not being sexual or strange. I think it's kind of cool, but I can't size up the dang-a-lang or nothing like that, or how wide your vagina is set. I'm joking. But yeah, so I do want to definitely keep it all the way 100 with you guys and myself, because I am everything, meaning I don't hold anything back. But I do, obviously, I'm aware and conscious of what comes out of my mouth. So I'm not just spewing things around anyone, period, point blank. Okay, we have some Eros Gamos, which goes with the Sacred Union, Divine Union Oracle coming up. This is my deck. So I want to see what's going on. So Spirit, can we be aligned to some energy for this deck, please? Does not have to be specific. This deck will throw the specifics out. So I don't have to specify who the energy is for with this deck, which I love. So definitely make some more in the future. All right, so we have the 10 of Spears. Just be fire. There's swords, fire. Lingam, light, trail. Okay. So this can go two ways, meaning lingam is another word for the male anatomy down there. So other words are, penis, dick, lingam. I sometimes call it Shiva, don't ask. And what else? Oh my gosh, so many other words. Johnson, panky monkey. I'm just kidding, I'm making up stuff now, but yeah. So lingam light trail has to do with following the light that guides you down to his lingam, divine feminine, okay? So this is taking your time and planting sweet kisses that leave traces of enlightening DNA down his happy trail, which is down into the abdomen, that little line that you follow that leads straight down the center into the penile area. So yeah, this is about taking your time and creating a light trail of seduction, of 5D essence, meaning slow motion. Take your time, baby. It's slow motion. Yeah, rush. You want him to think about this later, Divine, okay? All right. It's a very sexy card, because a lot of women, and see, this speaks on the, excuse me, Divine Feminine, my nose is feeling stuffy. The Divine Feminine, because she is the one who's going to take the time like the true goddess and tease and please and guide you into orgasmic bliss before she even allows you to enter her. Excuse me one moment. Let's shut my window. So yes, very beautiful card. Spirit, what else you got for us? So yes, guys, please make sure you're taking your time with your lover. There is nothing like really setting aside that time. And I mean, for real, like, I know what it's like. I got kids too, like, for real. I know what it was like when I was married, like, trying to find time to get it on while the kids will sleep, or take, in the other room playing the game or something that we know was going to keep them occupied for a quickie, which was just not enough time, enough seduction, enough ooh la la, You're the cards here, Spirit. So yes, of course, you ain't gonna be able to get it like that all the time, but as much as you can, take your time. And like, taking your time, guys, I want to speak to the fellas on this. because I'm very big on massaging. And many times when my partner has gone to give me a massage back, it's always on the ass cheeks. Bruh. Can you do my shoulders? Can you get deep up in my little, my fascia, my trauma points? Like, I'm trying to be healed through these hands, baby. Okay? Three of diamonds. Diamonds are pentacles. Or sacred code release. So this goes along with the trail where you're planting these kisses, right? But you're leaving the imprint of your lips, of your essence on this masculine divine. You are leaving your imprint on this masculine. You are tying you all together through this imprintation, okay? Even this locking of the eyes can be an imprintation. Sacred code release has to do with jumping the gun. Sacred code release is when you and your partner are penetrating one another etherically, spiritually, and while you are in coitus, you are receiving downloads, even uploading, because your mind is not focused on the pleasure act. It's focused on that heart space, that healing, the consciousness that's about to be lifted through this experience every single time. Okay, so the sacred code is what you are passing to him and what he is passing to you, the giving and the receiving, the spiraling of both energies, creating the divine elixir, okay? Climaxing together. Climaxing together. These are itchy. That's a strange spot. Any other cards? Spirits. It's very, very sexy. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I appreciate your time and patience. It's very beautiful. Coming into this space of like rewiring your nervous system and coming into the like vital light will allow you to be in this space when you encounter this divine energy to be in tune enough to take your time. Be in tune enough to receive those downloads through coitus. It's very sexy. I'll tell you guys about my story of receiving divine downloads through coitus, and even I don't want to call it sex magic, but manifesting through sex. So yeah, you can call it that if you want, but manifesting through sex, and this doesn't have to be climaxing. Okay, orgasmic, and it's blissful without the release of your fluids. Okay. Any other cards, Spirit? Alright, we may be finishing up here with this deck. Alright, let's see what's in the bottom of the deck. Chakra melt. I love that because this card aligns with the nervous system rewiring. Well, what's gonna happen? Once y'all both have y'all nervous system rewired and y'all come into this vital divine source energy that you know you already have, but have been in a space of like not being able to fully hold it, you will encounter the exact person who is mirroring the same thing. Okay? They've done all this too. And when you collide, fire, your chakras are going to melt. Meld together because you've done the work. The alignment was already there waiting for you to catch up to it. So keep catching up. Keep doing what you know you was doing. Because holding yourself in celibacy, holding yourself for that divine energy, that reciprocal energy is going to bring in a blissful timeline for the both of you. Not settling, okay? This is a not settling energy. Continue to grow. Continue to learn who you are. I don't think that ever ends, guys. I don't. So yes. I do want to grab one card for Touch Me. Oh, excuse me. I have a sneeze trying to come through. I don't know if this was stuffy after getting off today. It actually started on my ride home. Is it in the building or anything? Alright, we're going to get one Touch Me card because I want to leave you with something to focus on, a way to enjoy yourself, a way to maybe enjoy energy with someone who you're already with. Maybe you've already met this person, and it's time for you to walk back into sexual pleasure, coitus with another, not yourself any longer. And so it's like, this is you trusting yourself because you've done the work, both of you, knowing that because of the sapiosexual energy, like, this person is also going to educate your mind. They're going to tick and check all of the right boxes, any cards from this deck, and through this vital energy that you are going to cultivate and learn to keep as a constant energy in your life, you're going to be able to encounter this thing, hold this thing, keep this thing, okay? And allow you guys to come into coitus from this beautiful magnetivity. It's beautiful. All right, so we have anticipation is great, but I can't wait. As you have learned, anticipation can make for a mind-blowing erotic massage. But sometimes those on the receiving end are just too hot to take too much more, anticipation. They are ready for some action. Continue to use your warm, lubricated hands to gently knead and stroke your lover's entire body with gentle gliding, circle, and fan strokes, but going for the more erogenous, hot button areas. Let the excitement come to a boil as you move your touch to sensitive, sensual areas like the penis, vagina, breasts, and the ass. By the time you reach those hot spots, you will both be in pleasure paradise. Okay? So with that, know that anticipation is great, and you better wait. Because if you don't, you may be settling for something that is not your highest. And we want our highest this next go round, right? So if you're not in your highest, if you're hoping for your highest to come in next, this is about staying in the energy that you've been in, keeping it going, keeping it cycling, keeping it up, learning to maintain it so that everything can align in to enjoyment for you. So I thank you so much, guys. I thank your guides and your ancestors, my guides, ancestors, and our creator for bringing us here to enjoy this channeling, to understand where we need to be and how we need to move forward, which is in positivity, in light, in unity of oneness with the self. And all things will align, especially this deep love. This is a craving. It's been alone enough. You deserve something. Something that you want, not what someone wants to give to you. And you deserve it exactly how it's gonna come. Thank you, guys. I love you so much.